This is connected to the videos of the snake, where in those spiritually guided messages, there was a prominent King of Wands. In those pick a card readings about a water sign, there was a paid hitman. Now, I've gotten some readings about a male energy coming through as the King of Wands. Now, this figure showed up as an enemy who's jealous, scheming, and is provoking me intentionally to get a reaction. It was mentioned that he wanted to battle because he felt defeated and was craving a rematch. This figure was shocked when I fought back. This male figure is jealous that despite everything that he's done, that I remain unharmed and protected. It was mentioned that this person is manipulative, works only through underhanded tactics, and is obsessed with controlling the narrative. And on top of it, he's dealing with court issues. Now, this tied into another pick a card reading that I did on August 26 about the karma of the people that I've been dealing with. And in that reading, it showed up as a King of Wands and a Queen of Cups energies. That reading revealed that both of these energies, their wrongdoing, stealing, and pointed to jail time as part of their karma. It also mentioned that that Queen of Cups has been in competition with me. So lately, I have been seeing those AI-generated Joker videos online. One that stood out said, "Oops, their plans fell apart with dignity." And it reflected someone's shock and embarrassment at being exposed. So people were calling them a fool. And the essence was that someone tried to make it look like there's a silent person who was winning. But in this video, it is prominent that Joker was trying to defeat someone. And then in another tarot reader's video, she titled it, "This isn't a general reading. People are gossiping about this fool. They lied about everything." The fool's energy that she was talking about was linked directly to a man that is a King of Wands. And the reading said that he's mad and is caught in a lie and is facing a scandal. And in this reading, she mentioned that he once offered love to someone but was rejected because of a marriage. In response to this rejection, he spun a false narrative and launched a smear campaign, pretending that he knew everything about someone. In this reading, they were saying that he lied about being with someone, like placing another person in a false contract. Now, he's ashamed because none of it ever happened. Yet, he keeps gossiping and deflecting. And that reader even revealed that he schemed to sleep with someone just to give them an STD. And it was all a setup. And on top of that, she mentioned about there were groups working together to steal. So it's all resonating. This general reading and those pick a card readings. So remember the time that I made a video about I was never a mistress? Because this reading mentioned about putting someone in a false contract and is saying that lying, someone was lying about being acquainted with someone just for like a hidden agenda. So that time with that video, when I made that video, someone came back. This is happening in real life. But I know that this person is not to be trusted. So the same time, the tarot reader started creating readings as if I was a mistress. So that time, I know that, and I understood that something is up. So this reading, in short, and with some details that I'm not gonna expose, that happened with me in real life. So this reading about this person is somehow resonating with me in real life. So what is my point? Both of these readings mirror each other. The story of Joker and the story of this tarot reader who created this general reading, that what I was telling you, that is resonating in my personal life. So these enemies, as I have mentioned many times, that they mix truth and lies. So both readings are mirroring, but I believe has different villains in it. Because I believe the Joker directs his reading to him as the silent victor who never had to defend him or herself. Now, like everything else, which is very common technique from all my enemies, if this Joker's villain is me, then those AI videos could be nothing more than gossip meant to deflect the blame and that he's stealing. Like what this general reading says about that King of Wands. Now, one Joker video that really struck me was about collaboration between chaos and control. So he said he first met Chaos when she told him someone had gaslighted her. And in real life, at one point, there's people around me who's been gaslighting me. And one time, I even had to report it to a police officer who cannot do anything about it. But I never met anyone and told the person about it but family. So he was framing it as if they were collaborating. And after that, he kept releasing more AI videos that mirrored my own experiences, like being attacked by a coven, exposing enemies, following patterns, and using intuition. Yet, I feel like he's framing those experiences as his. Because the truth is, I wasn't collaborating with anyone. I fought through this alone, physically, but I know that I have felt like there's a higher power helping. And I know that those that are in vibrational alignment will eventually find my truth and would feel and know my truth. From loved ones, there are two people that unfortunately gaslighted me. Some dismissal, and some probably judgment for things that they cannot fully understand. And that's the truth. All of my content is mine, and no one was coaching me. That is why anyone who could have known the specifics, it's either they were watching me or they were hacking me. So another reading I came across was titled, "This Tyrant finally got caught spreading lies and paying people to join the hate train." And this reading is being pointed at to a king of wands again. It says that in this reading that this male energy was lying and then paying people. It also mentioned about a court situation in the specific reading, and basically this person wanting someone to be stuck, hidden, and binded. So linked to the same tyrant energy was another reading produced in the same time. Probably not the same day, but in the same week. So this reader, she titled her reading, "They tried to make people believe they were someone they weren't." And when the truth hit, so this reading, she described a man who claimed to be from the future. Something about a time traveler who fooled everyone and is targeting Earth angels. So the message revealed that this tyrant is now losing everything, even his sanity. So she said that he carries a dark attachment and has already lost against a divine feminine. Yet in his mind, he believes that he must win at all costs because of his egotism. So he carried out actions but shifted the blame entirely onto a divine feminine. It was also mentioned that this person was a loner, tech-savvy, wealthy man who's producing AI videos and found a way to reach the masses online, and a lot of people believe what is not real. The whole time, behind the mask, he's a class clown and was trying to cause an upheaval and is a fraud and doesn't have any spiritual wisdom. So she said that this person took everybody for a ride, went overboard to cancel someone because they are fake and someone else is not. It was also mentioned that this person is going to jail. Adding to this thread, I saw Joker AI videos that said, "You're not predicting it, you're remembering it." And I just feel that resonated with the time traveler aspect that she mentioned, tied to this tyrant's energy. What else? There were also AI videos with titles along the lines of "The People That Stole From You." And in that reading, he was saying that the ones who stole from you did not just stole from you, and that these thieves tried to make it appear as though they were collaborating with you but were stealing. So that immediately made me think of that video about collaboration between chaos and control. Or is there ever any? Because if the previous video mentioned about fake collaborations, that is really theft. I'm just really not sure whether that truly existed. So we know by now that the enemy's technique is to project their own sins onto their target. And they confess it in their own narratives. You just have to figure it out that it is them. Now, if you see the connection from all the previous readings, a person that who's feeling defeated, stealing, someone that is a fraud, someone who's not, scapegoating, fake collaboration, hate, lies, and paying people. It is all connected. You just have to realize some truths to figure out what truly happened in the situation. And the answer is beaming that they are the villain. And it was destiny theft. So let's talk about the silent Joker. I have mentioned that everything that has been happening to me in real life, this person, I saw like AI videos that was mirroring this personal experiences. But they will always point these experiences to a person who never had to speak up. So, as I have mentioned before, silence can be powerful and even beneficial in many situations. But silence in the context of abuse is not golden, it is dangerous. So when an enemy uses silence and manipulation as weapons to try to break you down, that's not wisdom or restraint. That's Machiavellian psychopathy. So I came across a YouTube video about never defending yourself and how silence can be used to flip the script. And I realized it's a classic Machiavellian strategy. So this immediately reminded me of my situation where the enemy twisted the narrative against me, while that silent competitor who never had to defend themselves was taking the credit for what wasn't theirs. Then I saw a tarot reading titled, They Lied to Everyone About You. And then the reader explained that the person behind it carried traits of the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. It confirmed what I had sensed all along, that the silence wasn't harmless. It was a weapon in the hands of the narcopath who targeted me. So for abusers, silence is never passive. It's a calculated tool of control. So they know that the absence of acknowledgement can wound as deeply as words or direct actions. So silence is used to invalidate the victim's reality, to control the narrative by refusing to engage, and to basically exhaust the victim into surrender. What else? Let's talk about tactics of silence in narcissistic abuse. One is stonewalling. So the abuser refuses to answer. This is how it looks like. Respond or acknowledge the victim's concerns. Now, this plants doubt to the victim that maybe they will think that maybe I'm overreacting or maybe I misremembered. And then this then traps the victim in confusion and desperation. 2, the silent treatment. So in silent treatment, silence becomes punishment. So the abuser withholds affection, attention, validation, forcing the victim to beg for acknowledgement. Now, this dynamic reinforces their dominance. 3, strategic denial by omission. So when abuse is exposed, the abuser simply says nothing. And that their calm silence contrasts with the victim's visible pain, making the victim appear unstable or dramatic. Now, this flips the script. And it will look like silence make them look composed and innocent while the victim looks obsessive. 4, collusive silence. in group tactics. So in case of gang stalking or narcissistic networks, multiple abusers collectively ignore or dismiss the victim. This then coordinated silence strengthens the illusion that the victim is imagining it, just imagining it, when in reality, it's a group cover-up. So, why silence works? Psychological. Silence creates a void. The mind fills with self-blame and doubt. Socially, outsiders often misread silence as innocence. So, they'll think that if they were guilty, they would speak up. And energetically, silence deprives the victim of acknowledgement, creating a form of energetic suffocation. So what is the impact of the silence on the victim? Invisibility, self-doubt, heightened desperation, which abusers weaponize to paint the victim as crazy or obsessed, and isolation. So there was another reading connected to the same theme where the tarot reader said, one psycho in a group brought the entire collective under. So what does this mean for me? With how she framed the title alone, it shows that I'm not just dealing with one person. I'm up against a network of psychopaths using the same tactics. The fact that she claims that this group is going under, this means it is them. Very holy people. It doesn't matter what energy they claim to embody. Whether King of Wands, King of Pentacles, or even a King of Swords. That's just a temporary mask. And is a frequency they resonate with temporarily. So I know that it shifts. And with so many players involved in this gang stalking, as someone once put it, we're all on a payroll. There is no real certainty about who's who or whose energy is being projected at any given time. But one thing I am certain of, this targeting involves a spiritual hitman.